straight
Well,
shot.
yeah. We had gone from, well, we were living in New Jersey when he'd had a job in New York, and then that company folded up. Airline, he was a navigator with the airlines. And so then he'd gotten a job down in South Carolina. Yeah, for this airline that only had one plane. Well, what's so funny?
Classic Dad.
Yeah.
And we went down there and rented, of course, and Isle of Palms. And I think he had like two flights from there to Europe and back. And that company went out of business. So we were renting a house. We couldn't pay the rent. We didn't have any money. We had this old car that was falling apart. So we, and I had told him I'll never spend another winter in Chicago. After the winter we were married, I'm job hunting in the Loop with the lake frozen over. No, thank you. So we decided to head to California, and my folks. And in the meantime, my folks have taken their old house that was on the front. The properties were deep, and Dan had built, I should say, a new house for them because they'd had the baby, so they needed a little bigger. So they had a really nice house at the back of the property, and then between the old house in the front and the back of the property, they had two, with a garage in between. There was two little little apartments, okay? And it had one bedroom, a very small kitchen, very small bath, and a little tiny living room. And one of them happened to, the people moved out of there, so not Dan,
So they've been renting them out.
to help pay for their building of their house, and so Chuck and I moved into one of those, and then the folks, in the meantime, Dan, my stepdad, was retiring from the telephone company, and they had gone up and they found he had been from Nova Scotia originally, so he wanted to get back, not into quite the cold of Nova Scotia, but and they fell in love with the Mendocino area.